The house was quiet except for the occasional creaks of old wood settling in the night. I lay in bed, staring at the soft glow of the clock on my nightstand. 2:47 a.m. My husband, Daniel, was away on business, leaving me alone in our home for the next 3 nights. I had never minded being alone before. Our neighborhood was quiet, the kind where nothing ever happened. But that night, something felt off. Maybe it was the way the wind pressed against the windows, rattling them just enough to put me on edge. Or maybe it was the dream I'd had, though I couldn't quite remember it, just that I had woken up with my heart pounding. I turned onto my side, pulling the blankets up to my chin. The chill in the air made me grateful for the warmth of my heavy comforter. But then, just as I was drifting off, I felt it. A warmth behind me. A presence. It was so subtle at first that I told myself it was nothing. Just my imagination. But then I felt it again, closer. More solid. My breath caught in my throat. I knew it wasn't Daniel. He was miles away. I had checked my phone before bed, read his goodnight text, even watched the video he had sent of his hotel room to show me how nothing interesting ever happens on these trips. So who knows what was behind me? I stayed perfectly still, my back rigid, my heartbeat hammering in my ears. The warmth wasn't just a feeling, it was radiating, like someone breathing close. I gathered my courage and, in one sharp motion, flipped over. There was nothing. The room was empty. The sheets were undisturbed. The doorway to the hall stood open, revealing the dimly lit corridor beyond. I let out a shaky breath. Maybe I had been dreaming after all. Forcing myself to relax, I settled back into bed. I faced the door this time, watching it as my eyes grew heavy. Sleep tugged at me again, and soon, I drifted off. Then something brushed my shoulder. I woke with a start, my heart leaping into my throat. The warmth was there again, this time, unmistakable. Slowly, I turned my head, and I saw it. A shape in the darkness. Not quite human, but close. A shadow where there should have been nothing. I couldn't scream, couldn't move. The warmth behind me grew stronger, almost suffocating. Then a voice, whispering, cold despite the heat it radiated. You shouldn't be alone. I bolted upright, gasping for air. The room was empty again. But this time, I knew I hadn't imagined it. The warmth still lingered in the air, a presence that hadn't left. And the door was now closed.